the official Papa Jack favorite Pokemon picker chart of sorts. Here we go. We're gonna go row by row. I did this somewhat recently, but we'll see if my opinions have changed on some of these guys. And then you guys in the chat can let me know if my picks are based or if they're washed. So we'll just go Gen 1 down the line, Gen 2 down the line. Normal for Gen 1. I mean, there's a couple good ones here. I like my Doduo. Ditto kind of based. Eevee cool, but it's gotta be the boy. Snorlax. For fire for Gen 1, let's see. It's between, honestly, it's between Charizard and Ninetales. I'm gonna say... I'll say Charizard, just give respect to Trixie, the Friendlock god. Water in general, good lord. There's a lot to pick from here. I am gonna say, I think before, honestly, it was Poliwhirl. We got the boy over here. Although I used him in the Scarlet and Violet DLC and he was useless, so it will remain. It's, I mean, Squirtle is also, it's like 1A, 1B, so grass. There's a bunch of mid here, but this is the worst starter, so I'm not gonna pick him. I'll pick Tangela. Tangela's kind of cool. Electric. Venusaur Snubbull. Venusaur would be like the second pick, but out of all these, I like Electrode actually. Ice types. Here is where I pick Lapras. I forgot to send pictures. Scarlet and Violet's doing like increased shiny raid and stuff like that. I have like 3 shiny Laprases right now, which I can show you actually. That's what he looks like. He looks all purple. Zapdos snubbed. I mean, Zapdos cool. Zapdos also looks like goofy. Fighting. Do I want to pick Macaque? The Machamp / Machoke? I'll pick Machamp. Yeah, why not? Poison type. Gen 1 and their poison types. Good lord. When I think of poison, I'd be liking Nidoking, I'm not gonna lie. Nidoking kind of cool. Ground. I do like some ground types here. I really like Sandslash, I'm not gonna lie. He'd be looking cool, even though he's not like super good. Flying types. This is where I'll put my Doduo. Venusaur fans have never been down where... I mean, Venusaur just like kind of not good, so... Psychic. Let's see here. Out of all these guys, I'm not too moved by any of them. The Alakazam line's cool. I like Abra, honestly. I think Abra's pretty a cool concept, so. Bug, absolutely Beedrill. No questions asked. Beedrill's one of my favorites of Gen 1. The rock types. I don't really like a lot of these here as well. I'll go Ammonite just because Lord Helix. Ghost type, Gengar, easy. Dragon, there's only so many of that. Aerodactyl's also pretty good. Lord Helix for real. I honestly go back and forth whether I like Dratini more or Dragonite. I'll pick Dragonite for this one. There were no dark types, so I will pick the Spooky Ghost. Steel types, Magnemite. The fairy types, I will pick Wigglytuff for Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. My favorite starter, I'll always just go by the base forms, I think, which would be Squirtle. He is the best. Gimmick form, Mega Beedrill. Legend, out of all these, I think this is where gens are cut off a little bit. Oh, my favorite in Gen 1. Out of all of these little guys, a good question indeed. I would say it's probably between Snorlax, Squirtle, and Beedrill. And on this day, I will pick Squirtle. My goat. Alright, Gen 2. Gen 2 normal type. Gen 2 has some banger normal types. Apom goated. Ursaring and Teddiursa goated. We got Miltank. Or Miltank. The Fortnite running meme. Although, it's always between Apom or Ed the Ted. Shout out Sierra. I have to pick Apom, but in my heart of hearts, Ursaring, Ed the Ted is goated. Fire types. I mean, it just has to be Cyndaquil. Look at this little guy. Water types. I like Totodile, but I like Chinchou. Ente's cool. Grass types. Jumpluff, my goat. Matter of fact, make him shiny. Gen 2 Loki washed. Nah, it's got some Gen 2 washed. Midorita, oh my god, only has like 100 mod. To be fair, all of these bangers. Electric type. I'd be messing with Pichu, I'm not gonna lie. Ground, or no, this is ice types. For this one, we'll do. I don't know, Piloswine or Sneeze? I'll pick Piloswine. Fighting types, I mean, just not a whole lot here. I mean, there's 3 fighting types. We got Heracross. Poison types. We'll pick PETA, the Ariados. Let's see, ground types in general. I love me some Phanpy. Phanpy's one of the cutest Pokemon out there. Flying in general, I will pick. Murkrow's pretty cool, but we also got Sugma, the Skarmory. R.I.P. Pop Smoke, that's what I'm saying, bro. Crobat cool, but like, you know, that's the boy. Psychic. See what do you mean Gen 2 only had so many Pokemon? Look at all of the Pokemon that we have here. In this one, oh, my boy Girafarig. And then in Bug, I will pick my boy Ladian, who looks super cool even though he's like useless in every game that's not a ROM hack. In Rock, I will pick my boy Sudowoodo. In Ghost, let's think here. I'm gonna go Misdreavus. Oh, and Dragon, let me think again. I'm gonna go Kingdra, I think. Bold play, I know. These are bold claims here. Dark type. Umbreon cool, but like the sweaty nerds in the TCG game have made Umbreon like not cool to me. I will pick Murkrow. Steel type. Oh, Steel is kind of cool. Fairy type. I'm not gonna pick any of the babies. I'll pick Azumarill. Azumarill's cool. Starter out of all of them is the best one. Gimmick form. They really made. Why is Mega Heracross so ugly, bro? We got with hair, saw blades, more rocks, the devil, and then I don't know what's happening here. I'll pick more rocks. Favorite legend, gotta be the Onion. Shout out Mystery Dungeon, for real, for real. Favorite in Gen 2. There are some bangers. Gen 2 does have some of my favorites, but my favorite is Jumpluff. Gen 3. My first ever Pokemon game. In the normal category, there's some decent ones here. That would have been harsh if I say there's not a whole lot. Most banger Gen for real. Shout out Kecleon from Mystery Dungeon. I don't know what I want to pick here, honestly. Finally the Peakmons for real. Out of all of these, what do I like the most? I'm not super moved by anyone. So I will give Swablu some love. Actually, no, I won't. I'll give the weather Pokemon some love. Why not? All right, fire types. This might be the best generation of fire types. Not you. I'll put my cursor above Castform, even though I was just hyping it up. This might be the best. And like literally, I have Torchic right here. But you know what? He's not my favorite because Torkoal. Give me Torkoal. Goated Pokemon. Torkoal's the first shiny Pokemon that I ever got. Water types. Goodness gracious. Hey, no, Blaziken is super cool. Water. Look at how too much water and look. Kyogre, banger. We got Huntai the Huntail. Shout out Jonah, banger. The Sphealine, banger. Milotic, so cool. Even Corphish. We got Whalium and Wailord here. Bozo the Pelipper. Man, the Friendlock was very much Gen 3 coded. But my favorite, if not tied for my favorite, like 1A, 1B of my favorites all time, Ludicolo, the GOAT. And then in grass, we've got some absolute bangers here. Cacturne's actually Evan's favorite Pokemon. Fun fact. I'm not gonna pick Ludicolo again. It would honestly be between like C-Dot and Grovyle, but Mystery Dungeon fans are up right now, so I'm picking Grovyle. So sick. Electric, I am picking my boy Minun. Shout out Pokemon Ranger fans. Ice types. Out of all these, I kind of be liking Snorunt. I'm not gonna lie. He looks a little goofy boy. Fighting types. Why his evolution? Honestly, Sceptile is like, yeah, they didn't do too much. Because I mean, like, if you look at Combuskin to Blaziken, and then look at, well, this is the most drastic one here. But yeah, Grovyle's definitely the best middle evolution for sure. Fighting types, you know what, Ale, I will give it to you. It's between Medicham and Blaziken, but I will say Blaziken. Poison type, gulping these nuts. I'm picking Swalot. From my first ever Sapphire playthrough, this was a mainstay on my team. Ground. I have so many good ground types here. Flygon, Camerupt, Groudon. I am gonna go with... Ooh. I gotta pick my boy Groudon. This is just iconic. Flying types. The final time Bozo's showing up. I'm sorry, hit it. I'm not gonna lie, Bozo not making it over Altaria or Rayquaza here. And with that being said, for this one, I am taking, give me Bobo from the Friendlock Altaria. Psychic types. This should be an easy one. Big Deoxys guy, although Metagross is sick. I like Beldum a lot too, actually. I actually think I picked Beldum the last time I did this. But I love me some Deoxys. So, oh, actually, I know, I'm gonna skip ahead real quick. Deoxys is my favorite legend in this one, so I will, for the sake of variety, I will switch it up. I'll put my boy Beldum here. Bug type, I usually am a big bug defender. These two are banger. There's not a lot of good bug types here. You're right, there is a banger here. Give me Wurmple. Rock types. Rock types is tough. It's one of the Aaron lines or Regirock. I think I'm gonna go Aggron. Aggron is so sick. You do a little trolling. Ghost types. Out of like, when I think of ghost types, I think, I don't know, I like Bandit. Dragon, what did I say? I was gonna pick Rayquaza, yep. Little goated. Smash Bros. This Pokemon was so goated, it was a boss in Smash Bros. Smash Bros. Brawl. Say that 5 times fast. Story mode, bro. And then Dark type, give me Sableye in 5. Steel types. Oh my god, we already picked a lot of these guys. Go Registeel, why not? Fairy type. Gardevoir could go here. I mean, classic. I mean, it's iconic. Favorite starter, man. The first starter I ever picked was Mudkip. I have the Torchic on my desk. Grovyle is the best middle evolution. But if I'm picking, like, starter in general, I'll pick my boy Mudkip, why not? Gimmick form, Mega Sableye, easy answer. There are some, like, decent ones in here. I mean, Mega Rayquaza is insane. I like Mega Bandit. Mega Camerupt is cool. And these are alright, but yeah, Mega Sableye for sure. My favorite Gen 3 Pokemon. Although there are so many I love in here. Like, literally, like, top 10, Sableye's in the top 10. Like, top 15, top 25, like, a lot of these guys are in there, but it's gotta be Ludicolo. There's no way. Alright, Gen 4, we have reached peak. We have reached the foundation of our childhoods. Normal type. So many bangers in here, man. You got the birds. You got Bidoof. You've got, Munchlax, banger. Licky Licky, low-key banger. Porygon-Z, banger. Regigigas, banger. It's nothing in these top 2 rows, I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, anything here could be worthy of that spot. And I think I'm going to pick... I'm gonna give my boy Regigigas some love. Fire types, ah yes, the infamous fire types in Gen 4. Infernape for sure, not even a question. The water types. Hear me out. I said what I said and I'm standing on business. The Lake Verity's sound coming on while we're on Gen 4 is like pure bliss. But yeah, I'm not apologizing to nobody. Lumineon, water type. Gen 4, grass type. I'm not gonna lie, Grotle might be one of my least favorite Pokemon. He's so bad. Turtwig goated, Torterra goated, Grotle sucks. When I think of grass type Pokemon, Abomasnow, don't you dare say that about Abomasnow. Although, I'm not gonna lie, I like Snover better than I like Abomasnow, but... I'll pick Snover, why not? Electric? It feels like cheating. Because Ukulele Pichu is banger. But he's not like in Gen 4, Don't second guess. Abomasnow be like, let me be 4 times weak to fire. No, you're right. But no, there are bangers in here. Luxray banger, Magnezone banger, Electivire banger. Rotoms are cool. I'm not gonna pick Ukulele Pichu because it's not part of this game. Can I pick it in Pikachu clone? Yeah, I can. There we go. Electric, alright. Ale, I'm not gonna lie. I apologize. Luxray, he's your boy. He's not my boy. I'm gonna pick Electivire. Electivire goated. Luxray goated too, but like... said mining over Manectric and Gentry. That's all. I said what I said. Pokemon Ranger fans, stand up, bro. Ice types. I mean, if we're talking pure... Ooh. Is it Glaceon or Frostlass? But then I could always put this for Ghost. Oh, no, but I can't do that. Ale, bro, he's your favorite. He ain't mine. Weavile's cool. There's a lot of good ones here. I think I'm going to pick... I'm going to pick Frostlass, though. I love me some Frostlass. Such a cool Pokemon. Snorunt to Frostlass. Banger. Fighting types. I've recently discovered that I like Riolu more than I like Lucario. Call me crazy, but like, I don't know. Either way, I also can't decide whether I like Croagunk or Toxicroak more a lot of the time. And Galley's pretty cool. All the fighting types in here are banger. I'm gonna pick Toxicroak though, give it some love. I remember this also from Pokemon Ranger. I forget if I think it's the second Pokemon Ranger. I remember as a kid, there was a Toxicroak like boss battle. I could not beat it for the life of me. Gave it to my buddy, and he beat it like almost immediately. I was like, oh, okay, I'm just dumb. Croagunk Anime Legend, that's what I'm saying. Poison types. I'm gonna go Drapion. I'm not gonna lie. Drapion's sick. Ground types. Garchomp goated, but like I might pick that for like Dragon. Mamoswine. Such a cool Pokemon. Swinub, Pillow-Swine, Mamoswine. Come on now. Flying types. This is an interesting one. I don't really know what I like here. For nostalgia... Oh, look at this. What was Staravia's name? Was it just Burb, like, in the friend log? I don't know. It wasn't around for long. I'll pick Staraptor. Why not? For nostalgia purposes. Psychic. Here's where Gallade can go. It's not really Anybody else here? Out of all of these, out of original birds, I'm not gonna lie, off of the first stage bird, out of all of these, give me Wingull. Give me Wingull for the favorite regional bird. Bug, everybody here sucks, I'm not gonna lie. Everybody here bad. I'll pick Combi, why not? Lil Bozo, yes. Rock types, yeah, Granidos, sick fossil Pokemon. I will not be picking Kricketune. He make funny noise and do nothing else. Big Schnoz, wait. Do I like anything else in Steel that I can put? Oh, you're right. I'll put Big Schnoz in for rock type. Respect. Oh, but like Cranidos is cool though. But I like Empoleon. Oh, okay, we'll keep Big Schnoz. Cranidos gets honorable mention though. Ghost types, look at how many bangers we have here. Oh my goodness. Dusknoir, Mystery Dungeon on top. Giratina is sick, but like, come on. Actually, we might. Ooh, do we want? I won't pick Primal Dialga, even though that's the sickest thing ever. Do I want Giratina or Garchomp? Ale, what would you pick, Giratina or Garchomp? Garchomp, yeah, that makes sense. Bro, never beating the allegations. I'm telling you, bro. I'm gonna send. I'm gonna send the. I'm sending the Cynthia cosplay in the mail. You do whatever you want with that. I'll pick Giratina. Dark type. I mean, the literal man himself. And then Steel type, as we've established, since we already picked Big Schnoz, I can pick Empoleon, Emperor Penguin. Come on now. Fairy type. Okay, we've got Small Child or actual Pokemon. Heatran free? Free of what? Not free of hate. Matter of fact, I might make an entire video on why Heatran is the most mid-legendary in the history of the game. When it comes to first form starters. I don't know. I like Infernape is my favorite final stage, but Chimchar is not my favorite first stage. Monferno, bro, luck up for me. I'm not gonna lie. Out of everything here, that is a crazy pick. All right, fine. I'll give it to you, Hede. I like Turtwig as the first gen starter. I'll give that one to you. The Megas, we've got Muscle Mommy, we've got the Hero, and we've got Mid. I'll take Mega Gallade. And then favorite legend of all time, Darkrai. Favorite, as there are so many good Pokemon in here, and it is such a shame that they have to be in the same generation as literal perfection. Alright, Gen 5, Friendlock game time. Come on now. Favorite normal type, Legs. No, I'm kidding. I love this Sawsbuck form, the winter form, it's so sick. But because I want to pick like unique ones for the most part, besides Darkrai, obviously. I could pick my Sawsbuck here. Fire types. Give me Chandelure. Banger. Water types. Frillish is actually Liam's favorite Pokemon, funny enough. Do I want to pick Duat or Seismitoad? I'm picking the big boy, Big Frog. Grass types, I mean, we already picked Sawsbuck. Everything else here is kind of mid. I'll pick Snivy, why not? That's not going to be my favorite, though, I can assure you that. Electric types. Zekrom is just too cool. Ice types, we've got Ice Ednated or Ice Cream Mon, and I will be picking the Ice Cream, Vanillux. Fighting types, here's my Meloetta Pirouette form. Just any Pokemon inspired by music is like, I don't know, super cool. Poison types, give me Garbodor. Literal pile of trash. Ground types, I like Golurk. Golurk's pretty cool. Flying types, there's a whole lot of mid here, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, everything kind of bad, so I'll pick Sigilyph just because he's weird. Psychic types. Reuniclus is pretty cool though. The bugs. Alright, bug type, a Selgor. My first ever playthrough, I had a Selgor. Never used it again because you need to, like, swap the Shelmet and the Carablast to get, or something stupid. But still cool. And then in Rock, I will take Crustlecox, the GOAT. Shout out Johnny. In Ghost, damn, I already picked like half of these dudes. Cofagrigus is pretty cool though. Dragon type, I'll pick Hydreigon. He's pretty cool. Dark type, Zoroark. Shout out N. Shout out Jonah if he's still around. Steel types, I will pick Klinklang. Can't exactly say shout out to Redacted, but Fairy type, Whimsicott, I guess. Favorite starter out of all these guys has to be Oshawott. Say Iron Thorns, yeah, it's ahead of its time. Remember, I told John you should try to flee. Yeah, you should run because you suck. Yeah, you got all these Pokestar Studios nonsense here. Like Mega Garbodor or Gigantamax Garbodor. Favorite legendary at all these? I mean, I'll pick Meloetta. Favorite out of all these for Gen 5? That is a great question. And I think I'm going to pick Chandelure. Alright, we're on to Gen 6, which, well, you'll see. I don't have a lot of good things to say about any of these Pokemon, I'm not going to lie. Normal type, everything here sucks. I'll pick Pyroar. Fire type, I'm going to try not to pick like the Megas and stuff like that because that feels like cheating. Fire type, I'll pick Braixen. Looks cool. Water type, I will pick Greninja because of Smash Bros. Grass type, it's a little bit better here. Trevenant, Trevenant's cool. Electric type, we have all of these Pikachus. Heliolisk, I guess. Ice type, see now, Ice type's a little better. I like Amora, Amora's pretty cute. Fighting types, Pangoro. This is one of the few Pokemon in Gen 6 that is banger. Pangoro is sick. Poison types, there's like nothing here. I will pick Skrelp for no reason other than he's like the only option. Ground type, again, there's like nothing here. I'll pick Zygarde. Flying types, I guess so. Like, I mean, Bug is the same thing, so I'll do the Vivillon then. Talonflame is fine, I guess. Psychic, Malamar's pretty cool. Contrary and all that. My favorite Vivillon, is it the purple one? Actually, I like the snow, snowstorm kind of pattern. Rock, I'll pick Tyrant, why not? For Ghost, again, not a lot here. I guess I'll pick Hoopa, which I've never used, by the way, but it's still better than, like, I don't know, I'm just not the biggest Aegislash fan in that line. Dragon, I'll pick my boy Tyrantrum. Dark, we've already picked all the good dark types, but I'll pick Yveltal because at least it's a cool legendary. Steel types, again, we've reached the land of mid. I'll take normal sword. Fairy types, we got a bunch of flowers. I'll pick Sylveon, why not? Starter, out of all the starters, Chespin's the coolest. I don't make the rules. Even though I am big frog guy, I think Chespin looks cool. They just made him absolutely hideous with Quilladin. But Chestnut's also pretty cool. Gimmick form. Out of all of the Gen 6 Pokemon, the only one that they gave a Mega to in the Gen 6 games was a mythical. Worst, like, why? Sure, I'll give it to the Fairy Princess. I don't know. Legend. I guess Yveltal, I don't really like any of the normal legends. Best Pokemon here, probably Pangoro. Pangoro, it's between Pangoro or Tyrantrum for sure. And I'll go Pangoro. Pangoro's sick. Game mid, yeah, basically. Gen 7, alright, it gets a little bit better now. I like Beware or Stuffle. I'll take Beware. Braixen, FBI. Why? It just looks cool. Fire types. Incineroar. I'll take my boy Alolan Marowak. Super cool Pokemon. Super cool regional form. Water types. I like Popplio. Grass types. Gotta take the Decidueye, I think. Oh, actually, what's the lore with Alola anyways? I mean, it's like islands. It's like Hawaii almost. This was the first generation to introduce like regional forms and stuff like that. So that's why like it's Alolan Marowak. So it's just like they look different in different regions. So that's pretty cool. Electric. I like Xurkitree. It's pretty cool. Ultra Beasts in general were pretty cool. See, look, Alolan Sandshrew, Sandslash, Alolan Vulpix, Alolan Ninetales. I really like Alolan Sandslash. Fighting types. I really like my boy Buzzwole. Poison types. I don't really like a lot here, but I'll pick Nihilego. Ground types. See, there's bangers in here. I love me some Mudbray. One of the cutest Pokemon to ever exist, Donkey. I have recently discovered that I really like Minior. I had no idea it was flying until I started using it, so I always thought it was just rock that could like levitate. But I like Minior. Bruxish. No, I'm kidding. I guess I'll pick Lunala for this one. Bug types. I don't want to pick Buzzwole again. So I will pick Rabombi. Why not? First time I beat Emerald Rogue, I used Rabombi to sweep, I think. Rock types. Rockruff is kind of cute. I'll pick that. Ghost types. I'll pick Palossand, Sandcastle Mon. Banger. Dragon types. Guzzlord. Dark types. Fine, I'll pick Incineroar. Everything else here is awful. And I'm not picking Ash Greninja. That doesn't count. So, Steel types. Gotta be my boy Melmetal. Melmetal's sick. Fairy types. Pick Mimikyu here, I think. Again, pretty cool with the disguise and all that. Favorite starter out of all these. In terms of least to most favorite, it definitely goes Litten, Rowlet, and Poplio. Even though I love Decidueye more than any of these. Best gimmick form. Why not? I'll pick the Dugtrio with hair. Favorite legend. I give anybody $20 if they nail this first try. Out of all of these. My favorite out of all of these, I actually like Tapu Bulu. My favorite in this whole gen. I mean, I might need you to walk with me on this one. I'm picking Mudbray. Sword and Shield time. Welcome back, Ali. Normal types. Well, this is also Legends Arceus, so I will count those. And I will pick my boy Hisuian Zoroark. Insane Pokemon, so cool. Fire type. Just a lame attempt for that open area, not gonna lie. I actually like the wild area for Sword and Shield. The Pokeball head. What's his name? What was his name? It was like, was it just Pokeball guy? Or I'll pick Reboot here. For water types, I don't like a whole lot here. I will pick Dreadnought though. Grass types, Applin's pretty cool. We've got Ale the Pokemon. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, water. Somehow, well, they can't all be bangers for water. Everything else is pretty cool besides. Yeah, I was gonna say Hisui and Lilligant again. Anything based on music or dancing and stuff like that is super cool. Electric. You know what? I'll pick the Ale Pokemon. Ice types. Definitely Ice Cube for sure. Fighting types. There are a couple of good ones in here. I do like my boy Clobopus. Cubfu or Shifu. But I'm gonna go with my boy Phalanx. Super cool concept for a Pokemon. Poison. Not a lot here to work with, I fear. Eternatus, like, it looks cool, but it doesn't look like a Pokemon, so I can't pick it. Why is this gen so small? Every type has 4 real Mons and 5 Gigantamax. Dude, it's the same thing with Gen 6. There's just, like, it's all of them are, like, Mega Evolutions or different forms of Furfrou. Like, I'll pick Sneasler, why not? Legends Arceus fans, rise up. For the ground types, not a whole lot here. I'll pick Runerigus, because cool. Flying types. Probably Corviknight, I would have to. Actually, no, I can pick one of the legendary regional birds here, I think. Galarian Articuno is pretty cool. Bug, but Orbeetle, Psychic type. What is it, like Hatena, Hattrem? I think Hattrem's pretty cool. Did I play the DLC for Sword? I actually did, and I liked the DLC with the like the dojo was cool, and then you go to the like, I don't know if it was a better story, but like I like the area more than I like just like the frozen tundra. But the frozen tundra, the story like finding the legends and stuff like that was also pretty cool. And then you have like the dens and stuff like that to get all the legendaries was also good. Rock types, I will pick Stonejourner. Ghost types, I'll pick Hisuian Typhlosion, why not? Dragon type, I like Regidrago. Dark type, Morpeko Hangry mode, why not? Steel type, I'll pick Corviknight here. For psychic, or for fairy type, Milk. Favorite starter, definitely Scorbunny. Favorite gimmick is the Orbeetle VMAX. It's a UFO that is insane. Favorite legend out of all these, I'll pick, you know what, why not? We'll give it to Kubfu. And then favorite out of this generation, I would say Orbeetle. This is like the best bug. Alright, here we go. Gen 9. There are so many bangers here. I'm telling you, if this game ran better, it would be beautiful. Out of all these, gotta be Mousehold. One of my favorite new Pokemon. Fire types, Ceruledge. Look at this guy. My goodness, as Spinda's Cafe comes on in the background, banger alert. Water type, I just have to pick Quaxley. It's so good. Gen 9 washes Gen 8. It definitely does. Absolutely. In terms of Pokemon, it definitely does. Imagine if Gen 9 ran like Gen 8. We would be cooking so hard. The grass types, I like my boy Bramblegast. Electric types are a little weaker, I'll say. I'll say Bellybolt. He's kind of cool. Ice types. Not a lot here as well. Although Iron Bundle's cool. I like they made Delibird like real good. Fighting types. I'll put Annihilate here. Again, so cool. Gives me Gear 5 Luffy vibes. Okie Doggy, which while it is the best name, I'm not picking that. I would rather... I'm picking Flamigo. I'm picking the Flamingo. Okie Doggy is the best of these three though by a lung shot. The Loyal 3 or whatever they're called. Poison type. God, this... I might actually have to pick it. Because I don't like the car. Grafaiai is like, whatever. I could pick Clodsire, but like, I don't want to be basic. You know what? Nah, I cannot bring myself to do that. I'm picking Iron Moth. Ground type, Blood Moon Ursaluna is so cool. I haven't gotten to use one yet, but I am excited for when I can. Flying type. Oh, actually, this is where Flamigo would go, huh? Psychic type. I will pick my boy Farigiraf. Bug type. Now this is the worst generation of bugs. It has to be. This is the worst one. Everything here is bad. Tarantula Spidops. Nickit, right? No, that's the other one. Nimble. Low kicks. I mean, like, whatever. Relor and Rabsca. Like, I don't think I've ever seen these Pokemon used by anyone before, ever. Spidops it is. Now we're talking. We got Knackley, Knacklestack, and Garganacl. Peak Pokemon. Dragon type. I think I'll go Miraidon. Dark type. Again, not a lot of inspiring options for this one. But I will take Qianpao since it looks cool. Saber-tooth tiger and all that. Steel. I don't really like any of the steel types. Besides Tinkaton. Also peak. One of my favorites for sure. And in this one, I'll pick Iron Valiant. Super cool. Favorite starter? Quaxley, no question. Gimmick form? I haven't even gotten to see Terapagos in this form. Cynthia time. I kind of like Ancient Volcarona, the Slitherwing. A lot of people do. I have like, not like it or whatever. I'll pick Wugtrio. Why not? Favorite legend out of these? I guess Miraidon. My favorite Gen 9. I struggle with this because, like, Maushold, banger. Ceruledge, banger. Quaxly, banger. Annihilate, super banger. Garganacl, super banger. Tinkaton, super banger. Like, all these are, like, in my top 50 for sure. And I think this time I will pick Ceruledge. It's so cool. Alright, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. My favorite normal type ever. And I think, and again, my experience playing the DLC recently has changed me. Because I had Apom, and I've been using Maushold. And I think it's now Maushold. I think it's a family of mice. That's so cool. My favorite fire type ever. Man, this one's tough, I'm not gonna lie. Cyndaquil, Torkoal, Chandelure, or Ceruledge. It gotta be Torkoal, bro. Favorite water type. Shout out Squirtle. Shout out Lumineon. Shout out Quaxly. But it could only be the boy himself, Ludicolo. Favorite grass type. Again, shout out Grovyle. Shout out Decidueye. Shout out Hisui and Lilligant. It can only be the one, the only. Shiny Jumpluff. Favorite electric type. Ooh, this one's tricky. I'm picking Electivire. Electivire's sick. Luxray would fit nicely here, yeah, but unfortunately, well, to be fair, Luxray lost to my favorite electric type ever, so you can take solace in that. Favorite ice type. There are so many ice types I like. This is like so hard. But I think it's got to be Frostlass. Fighting types. Ooh. I will say it's probably Toxicroak, Meloetta, Pangoro, or Phalanx. I really want to pick Pangoro, but again, I haven't really used it all that much. That being said, it's not like I use Meloetta Pirouette form on the daily. I'll pick Pangoro. I think it just looks so cool. Poison types. Either Swalot or Drapion, and because he looks kind of like Kirby in a small way, I will pick Swalot. Favorite ground type. Another tough one. I would say, I mean, Famby doesn't have a chance. Groudon, Mamoswine, or Mudbray for sure. And you know what? I gave Mudbray some love earlier, but like, Groudon is just so sick. Flying type. It might be one of these first three, you know. Or Flamigo. Ale, will you be offended if I don't pick Altaria? Not offended? Alright, well, even if you were, I wouldn't go picking anyway. I'm gonna go back to this one. Psychic types. Gallade, I guess. Bug. Or Beetle. Although, Beedrill and Ladian come very close. I love me some Beedrill. But Orbeetle is so cool. The Rock. I feel like I glassed over Stonjourner, or I must have been talking about something else, but I've never used it, but it just looks so goofy that I like it. Big Schnoz is here, Crustlecox is here, Tyrunt is here. Out of all these, though, I love me some Garganacl. It's so cool. Oh, we got one of the best Mario soundtracks ever right now. Weird Shedinja isn't showing up in Bug and Ghost. Yeah, that's because I'm not a heathen. How good can Bug even be? GG. Hey man, you'd be surprised. Orbeetle can do some damage. Gengar's here, Dusknoir, and Annihilape, I would say. And as much as I want to give it to Annihilape, I have to give it to Dusknoir. It's just so iconic for me. Dragon types. I'm picking Rayquaza. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to say, Blah, you were one of my favorites, but this is it. It's victories before your eyes, right as we're at the end. For steel types, Tankaton. For fairy types, I'm picking Togekiss. Am I? Yes, I am. Favorite starter of all time. This is like picking between children. Is it Squirtle still? For now, it is. Favorite gimmick form? I'll pick Mega Sableye. Alright, let's go back to this flying. You know what? Have I picked a Gen 1 Pokemon? To make the Gen 1ers happy, I'll pick Doduo. Favorite legendary. Yeah. And then favorite one of all time. It is still Darkrai. Favorite regional mammal. I will give it to Bidoof here. Favorite regional bug. I will give it to, yeah, Bidoof Supremacy. Out of all these little bugs here, I like Spinrack. I think it's pretty cute. Favorite pseudo-legendary. I used to be a huge Salamence fan. Now not so much. But I'll pick, I've been using Metagross in the DLC, so I'll pick it for here. Favorite evolution. Glaceon is the best one. Favorite fossil. I mean, it's this line for sure. I'll just put Tyrantrum here. Favorite regional form. I'll pick Alolan Marowak, I think. No, I'm picking Hisuian Zoroark. Favorite Gigantamax. Orbeetle. Favorite baby. I already picked Ukulele Pichu here, so I will pick Munchlax here. Favorite box legendary. Got to be Rayquaza. Oh, is it? Yes, it is. Favorite mythical. Lock it in. Favorite Ultra Beast. Is it Buzzwole? Yes, it is. Favorite Paradox. I hate this with all of my heart, by the way. It might be Iron Bundle. It is Iron Bundle. Favorite type. God, I forget. Because I did this last time by looking at like what I had the hardest decisions on. And normal is definitely up there. Fire. Ollie, you're not allowed to say that. You're the electric type guy. But I think looking at like all of the, I don't know, the strongest like lists, I was surprised on like how the poison types I didn't like, how little I liked them. I really like ice types. Rock is also really like, I like a lot of the stuff there. I mean, water's obviously great. Grass is super good. There's just so many that are good. Yeah, okay, I could sit here for a long time and just debate with myself. For the vibes now, I like my normal types. Keep in line with my trainer card. Favorite Pokeball. The Luxury Ball has always called my name, I think. It just looks, I mean, the color scheme is fantastic. Favorite Spinda-form. I have to look through all trillion. GG, this video is going to be now a long time. Let's just randomize it a bunch of times. 3, 2, 1. That looks good. Favorite Vivillon. That one. Favorite Alcremie. Who cares? The blue one. There's more. The blue with the red. Favorite New Evo. Again, like picking through children. They're all so good. Like, what do I even pick here? I'll pick Dusknoir, why not? I'll just give it some love. Team. Darkrai number 1. Ludicolo number 2. Jumpluff number 3. Then it gets tricky. If you watch my TikTok, though, you would know that this is what I had it as. If you watch my TikTok, that would be my team. I will say that like some big contenders are still Poliwhirl, like out of this list. I mean Mudbray, Squirtle, Tinkaton for sure. I mean a lot of these guys are contenders on that. So, but yeah, that's it.